It's Andrea, and today is Thursday, May 10th, 2018, and sorry the camera's going up and down. I am in a slow-moving traffic in Pennsylvania on my way to a doctor's appointment. I'm on my way to see my psychiatrist. I see a psychiatrist once every 3 months. I was going to talk about this before because, well, you know, I have a lot of medical diagnoses, but my psychological ones, I have three. I don't know what they call it, concurrent psychological diagnoses. One is major depressive disorder. One is obsessive-compulsive disorder. And the third one is generalized anxiety disorder. And yeah, I think like one of them causes two of the others or something. I don't know, okay? I also have epilepsy, but I have focal seizures. They're under control right now. I'm on medicine for that. But anyway, I'm getting off the point. My point was that that's another thing going on in my brain. But I'm on 2 medicines for those things, for those issues. One is, oh man, I can't think of what they're called right now. I'm on a medicine that's for depression and anxiety. There's one medicine I'm on for that I take a very high amount of. I take it twice a day. And the other one, I'm on medicine for OCD, which my OCD is pretty bad. It still affects me even while I'm on medicine. I don't really like to talk about the OCD because it stresses me out. I mean, I might talk about it sometime. So, excuse me. There's a lot of traffic happening. People are merging. I'm talking and people are merging. Oh, I also have a medicine that I sometimes take when I get a really bad panic attack from my anxiety disorder. That's Xanax. I only take it when it's so bad I can't calm myself down. Because when you have a panic attack, it your adrenaline and something else is pumping through your whole body, and it wears out your organs. It initiates, I don't know what word you'd say. It makes a fight or flight response in your body, which is a natural thing that your body has when you're in a dangerous situation. But for people who have anxiety disorders, it happens when you're not really in a dangerous situation. It just will happen all of a sudden. Well, for me, it happens all of a sudden. I have generalized anxiety disorder. A lot of people have social anxiety disorders, so they have trouble in social situations. But anyway, all that adrenaline and stuff is bad for your organs. It basically is running up your organs really fast. So if I can't calm myself down within 20 to 30 minutes, then I take a Xanax. And I can't take it unless I'm at home or someone will have to pick me up because I'll fall asleep. I only fall asleep if I'm having the anxiety attack. Because at one point I thought, well, Xanax helps me fall asleep. This only happened one time, okay? So don't judge me. I thought I'll take a Xanax, that'll help me fall asleep. It did nothing. It only does something for me when I'm having an anxiety attack. So, but anyway, I only usually have to take one of those once every couple of months, because I usually can, you know, I was in therapy for a long time. I know a lot of the, what do you call that? The strategies for dealing with anxiety situations, you know, like, there's like I took cognitive behavioral therapy. Anyway, I'm not in therapy right now because I was in it for I was in it for more than 20 years, to tell you the truth. And I've seen good therapists and I've seen bad therapists. Well, not bad. I mean, I've only seen a couple that were bad. I've seen therapists that weren't particularly good for me. Let's put it that way. It's very important that when you have a therapist, you give it a trial time in the beginning, because if that person isn't working for you, it's not something personal, you know what I mean? Like, they shouldn't take it personally. If you feel like it's not working for you, you need a different kind of approach. I would say after like 4 appointments. You don't want to go the first time and say, I'm never coming back here, because that's an easy excuse for if you don't want to work on stuff, you know, some of the hard stuff, some of the difficult issues. But if you want to work on, if you are serious about, oh my goodness, I don't understand this. I'm sorry to cut into this, but I'm at a street where I'm turning left. I just got off the highway, and there's like a little, like the sidewalk in the middle where people walk to and then walk to the next street. And there's like, there's 5 little planters there with like dead plants in them. There's a sign that says, do you want to sponsor this garden? It doesn't even look like a garden. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at somebody's efforts to beautify the place, but it just I don't know, it just struck me as funny. But anyway, if you're serious about therapy, then yeah, you should do at least 4, this is my opinion, I'm not a doctor, at least 4 sessions before you decide that this is not the right person for you. But the last time I was in therapy, I had the best therapist I've ever had in my entire life, and then she retired. So when she retired, I was like, I had put in so much work with her. And I mean, it's not her fault. She was already a retired nurse. Like, this was her second career, you know, and I was able to tell her stuff that I wasn't able to tell other therapists, you know, because she wasn't, some therapists are very judgmental, you know what I mean? She wasn't judgmental, and she was very, I don't know what the right word is. I felt like she was on my side, and she had some interesting insights that also, the way she presented them were like, in a way that we were just talking the stuff out, you know? Like, what did I think about different things? So a lot of it's talking about stuff out loud and having somebody there to listen to you, you know? But the one problem I've noticed with therapy over the years is that you start to feel like the therapist is your friend. And then if you go somewhere else, or they go away or whatever, you feel like you've lost a friend. But they're not really your friend. You're paying them to listen to you. When you already have psychological problems, that kind of messes with your brain a little bit. That kind of messes with your, I don't know. I just think that it would be nice if we could develop real relationships. I mean, I try to, but if we could develop real relationships that we could feel comfortable discussing stuff with someone who's our friend, and we could just talk things out and then listen to us and not judge, and, you know, to have that kind of trust would be nice, and I try to be that person for people, you know, when I can. I'm driving through a parking lot right now because I have a little bit of time before my appointment, and I wanted to see what, have some new stores in here. Oh, there's a Salad Works. This is not near where I live. I drive a long way to go. I drive like 45 minutes, I guess. Sometimes it's only 30 to 35, but it depends on the traffic. I drive about 45 minutes to see my doctor, my psychiatrist, because she's near where I used to live, and she's the best psychiatrist I've ever had. And she's helped me a lot and been there for me with some family issues, and I just don't want to go to a different psychiatrist, you know. I've been through all the stuff where you try the different medications and stuff with the person, and I don't want to have to start over with someone else, you know. Like I'm talking too much. It's all about psychiatry stuff today. So yeah, that's why sometimes when you see me talk, well, you might notice, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm saying maybe those diagnoses I just spoke to you about explain some of my behaviors. I don't know that you've seen. Whatever. I've learned to live with all of it. I've gotten to a point where, like, my medication doesn't make me 100% not have these issues, but I've you know, with my doctor, found the right combination that I can live with. You know, it's like I tell my kids with other things, you know, you have to think, what will I accept and what won't I accept? What's the best way I can live? I feel like I'm not saying this the right way. What's the best I can do? Yeah, that's not it either. So look, it's like there's lots of different medications, right? And I've been put on lots of different medications and lots of combinations, and some give you side effects, and some side effects you're like, okay, I can live with this side effect, and other side effects I was like, I cannot deal with this. No. And there's some medications that make some of the issues worse. Like, there was a medication I was on that made my anxiety worse, and I was like, I can't do that, you know. I know a lot of people don't realize I have depression because I laugh a lot and I smile and stuff, but a lot of people who are depressed do that. Think of all the comedians you've known that have committed suicide, that have been really depressed people, but they're always trying to make other people laugh, looking for happiness in life, you know. Depression manifests in other ways, like not wanting to get out of bed, or feeling hopeless, or feeling numb. Sometimes it's feeling numb, and not bathing as often as you used to, not doing activities that you used to find enjoyable, not finding enjoyment in things that you used to enjoy, you know. So I've gotten to a point in my life where I try to I don't see any shame in trying to find happiness and trying to find joy in things, you know. I don't know if I'm saying these things right, but if any of this helps somebody else, then I'm happy. Because look, I haven't been able to work for several years. A combination between arthritis and my anxiety getting worse. And if I was still working, I probably would not talk about this stuff on a video, because then people that I work with or employers might see it and be, or potential employers might see it and think, well, maybe we shouldn't hire her or whatever. So a lot of people can't talk about this stuff publicly, but I don't have that worry, because I already can't get a job, so, which was even more depressing for me for a long time, because I've always been someone who worked, except for when my kids were really little. I mean, like, from the time they were born till about when they were 5 to 7 years old. I went back to, besides part-time at night, I went back to work when my youngest was 4 or 5, and he went to daycare, and he loved it. It was weird, but anyway, I'm not going to go into that right now. Listen, let's keep on subject. Let's keep on task, as it were. But yeah, I always worked, so when I couldn't work anymore, and I tried to go back, and I tried to do, volunteer work, because I thought, look, if I try to go back, I can't go back to work and know that it might not work out. Like, I feel like I'm misrepresenting myself to that company, So I tried to go back by doing volunteer work, and I was doing okay for a while, and then the anxiety got really bad again, and I was only doing like 2 to 4 hours a week, and I could pick when I went and when I didn't. You know what I mean? I could pick, for the most part, I could pick my days that I went. I think this is the right entrance. So it's like, if I can't do that, because the kind of work that I do is usually with numbers. Like, I've done payroll, and I've done accounts receivable, and it's like jobs where you can't just like not show up. There's deadlines and stuff. So, well, I'm going to continue looking for my appointment. I've got like 20 minutes to find it, so I hope you're having a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.